Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Jetam Surato Pango Mama Mandamatergate Matsarvasya Padam Bhojo Radha Madana Mohano. Welcome to Bhaktivedanta College of Vedic Education. Every Sunday program, that is Vedic Stories. Life transforming Vedic stories from Bhaktivedanta College of Vedic Education. This is a live program which is happening now from the library of Bhaktivedanta College of Vedic Education. The uniqueness of this library is that whoever enters into this library, they will be blessed by the auspicious presence and blessings of Ma Saraswati and the goddess of learning, goddess of education. So, and it is a very unique opportunity. Anybody who comes to the college in the Navi, Mumbai, they will have this. It is very rare to get such a wonderful auspicious darshan of Saraswati Ma. Such a big, you can see that she is even taller than me. It's a life size. It's very unique. And this college is essentially designed to impart Vedic knowledge. So Vedic knowledge is always imparted in the form of stories. So that is, but natural, from beginning it is happening. So we have adopted the same process of giving the Vedic knowledge through stories, Vedic stories. So, of course, we have our regular educational courses also, which you all can, once the pandemic is done, and we all can join in different courses, which will be informing you time to time. But make it a point to get associated, get linked with us on every Sunday at 10:30 sharp. We are waiting for you, and the stories are waiting for you, and the great transformation and great success is waiting for you in your life. So the stories are meant for not only stories. We generally think that, oh, stories are meant for children. We are not children. No. The stories are for children, for the adult, for the youth, for ladies, for gents, and even for the retired people. Retired people think that our job is done, we have nothing else to do. No. Now you have more experience, 30 years experience is there. Now you do different. You can do wonderful things. When you are perfectly charged up with Vedic knowledge, then from 60 years you can live another 40 years very happily, very healthily, and contribute to the society, to your family, and finally to Krishna also. So we have today two wonderful stories planned, and I would like to mention in the beginning itself, and also I will be mentioning half the way also, that any questions that you get about the story, or any not only questions, some inspirational things you want to get clarified, more about the story and related to the story, and from that what you wanted to learn more, you can post your questions on live chat with either Facebook or YouTube, because in both channels we are streaming this online. You can send that, and my group, they will immediately pass it down to me so that I can speak. I can answer those questions to you, so that it will be beneficial for others also. So that I will read out the name, and also if you are okay, I can read out your name and the question, and I will answer also. And in that way, your question and my answer can benefit many people, not only you. So this facility we are starting from this Sunday program onwards, and I requested my devotee group that let this information be scrolled time to time, so that you will not forget it, and to pose a question if you have, because we generally have a lot of hesitation in asking questions. So let there be any hesitation. Now coming to our today's the story. The first story is the Dhruva, the wonder boy. So that is the first story. So here we need to understand, it is a very, very beautiful story, and it has been nicely mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Actually, it comes in the Bhagavatam, a very nice story. And it is mentioned that especially the story of Dhruva Maharaj, the young, should be heard, should be read, should be studied on Sunday. So today happened to be the very coincidence, or by design it so happened that we are hearing, and Bhaktivedanta College of Vedic Education happily streaming this story on Sunday, because it is mentioned in scripture itself. Oh, the story of this wonder boy should be heard on Sunday. Of course, not only on Sunday, there are different days also mentioned, like end of a month or on Ekadashi day, like the different timings, auspicious times are given. So one of such is Sunday. So by hearing this wonderful story, some wonders can happen. Wonders surely will happen in our life. Because we might have heard Dhruva Maharaj, that is young Dhruva, not even young Dhruva, he's a boy, just 5 years old, 5 years old boy. The story somebody might, some of you might have heard, but the underlining, the message, underlining inspiration that we should get from that may be little missing. So Bhaktivedanta College of Vedic Education, which is located at Navi, Mumbai, ISKCON, is going to clarify that, so that you will take full inspiration from this wonderful story. So here, to start with the story, I would like to give some brief. There are 84 lakhs of species in the creation, and of which 80 lakhs of species, 8 lakh species are other than human beings, and 4 lakh species are human beings. So that 80 lakhs of species doesn't have an opportunity to understand what is God and how to really make use of this life to perform the wonderful things. But in the human form of life, which is only 4 lakh species, of which only 50% people, they really follow the Vedic instructions to make the life perfect. Not that a person is having 1 head, 2 legs and 2 hands can be called as human being. So unless he is properly trained in Vedic knowledge, he cannot be considered as a human being, and he cannot really solve. Who is human being? Human being is, he should be able to solve his problems. The human being should be able to solve his problem. For example, any animal is there, animal cannot solve its problem. Whereas if human being is also not able to solve his problems, so we can equate them to animals. So whereas our Vedic knowledge gives an idea as an opportunity that how we are trained, because unless we are trained, we cannot solve the problems. A person, a boy who is born or he is not given education, he cannot solve any mathematics. So he should be given training in mathematics so that he can solve any problem. Similarly, any human being, he has to be given some process training, that is Vedic training. By that Vedic training, he will be able to solve his problems. Nobody can deny that. Nobody can claim that, oh, I am totally free from all problems. Nobody can say that. Okay, probably you may be free from problems now, but tomorrow it may come. So are you ready? Are you ready for it? So this point, at this point of time, the Vedic knowledge warns you that be ready for tomorrow's challenges. So this Bhaktivedanta College of Education is essentially for that purpose. So here, the purpose of the human being, as I mentioned, once we get into that, the realization of the God, or realization of the soul, or realization of super soul, can happen at 3 different levels. That is, somebody may think, okay, God is there everywhere. Somebody may say that. That is one type of realization. Oh, God is there in everybody's heart. This is another realization. We can say, oh, God is there wonderfully in the temples, and he can be present in front of me, and he is there in spiritual world. He can come in front of me if I become eligible. Somebody have this realization. So the clarity on this we can get through Vedic knowledge. Now we have a case study, a story a Vedic story where a boy, just a 5 years old boy, made an effort, an attempt to see God. Where is God? And the purpose of going to God is to achieve something which is unique. And he did it. He did it. And that's why, though it happened millions of years before, still it is inspiring. And we can get inspiration now also, anytime also. That is a beautiful story of Dhruva Maharaj, Dhruva, a 5 years old boy story. So this boy, the story goes that Lord Brahma had a son who is called Swayambhuva Manu. This Swayambhuva Manu, and Swayambhuva Manu's wife is Shatarupa. So this Swayambhuva Manu, Shatarupa, they had two sons and 3 daughters. That is a different storyline that we will not be discussing much. So they have 2 sons. One is Priyavrata and Uttanapada. So here Priyavrata is the elder son and Uttanapada is the younger son. And the today's hero, that is Dhruva, the 5 years old boy, is the son of the second, that is Priyavrata, and so Uttanapada. But this Priyavrata was not so much interested in ruling the universe. That's why he opted for renunciation. He did not take up the ruling of this world. And because of that, Uttanapada has become the king for the whole universe. So he had 2 wives. Uttanapada has two wives. One is the first wife is Suniti, that is, she is the first wife, and her son name is Dhruva. And Uttanapada has a second wife, that is Suruchi, and she is having one son, that is Uttama. So in this way, Uttanapada has 2 wives and 2 sons. The story goes. So one day, Uttanapada was sitting in his nice singhasan, very comfortable, not in the royal assembly, but it is in his nice palace. He was sitting, and at that time he was not alone. His second wife's son, that is Uttama, he is also a very small child. He was just sitting in the lap of the father. So he was sitting, and he was trying to nicely play with that boy, the Uttama, the father, and is trying to give him some eating and trying to kiss him. Many those things he is doing, loving exchanges he is doing. At that time, when the first wife's son, Dhruva, he is also just 5 years old. He saw, oh, my son, my stepbrother, my brother is sitting on the lap of the father. So let me also go there. Let me also enjoy with father. I want to go and sit on the lap of my father, and I will enjoy his association. So he is thinking in this way. Dhruva, the 5 years old boy, approached the father. When he approached the father, Uttanapada did not show any interest. He did not encourage him. He just kept quiet. Because whenever, if any child is showing some inclination, so for example, if he wants to be taken up, so he would try to lift his hands, saying that, please lift me up and please carry me. That is, he indicates. Then immediately mother or anybody, immediately they pick him up. So that is, so similarly, the Dhruva also went to his father and he wanted to climb, but Uttanapada did not concede. Looking at the approach towards the Dhruva, the stepmother, Suruchi, felt that, oh, it seems my husband is not so much attached to this Dhruva, who is the son of Suniti. She became little courageous to say, my dear Dhruva, you cannot sit. You cannot sit on the lap of your father. You may be thinking that you are elder. You may be thinking that you are the son of Uttanapada, but you are not eligible. You are not eligible to sit on the lap of your father. Forget about, means not only on the lap of your father, you cannot even take the throne also. Though you are elder, you are not eligible to take the throne also. Because simply you are not taken birth in my womb. If you are really interested to sit on the lap of your father and also throne. After some time, you have to take birth. First of all, you have to pray to Lord Vishnu, and also you should take birth in my womb. Then only you will be able to sit on the father's lap. So indirectly, she actually said, that you have to die first. Because he's already born. And if he is, you have to take birth in my womb, means first he has to die. So in that way she has. And when she was speaking like that, Uttanapada did not speak anything. He did not stop. Hey, what you are speaking like that? He's a child, he's just coming to me. He did not say. That made Dhruva, the 5 years boy, so much depressed, so much agony. He said, oh my God, she is saying like this. And my father did not protect me. He did not defend me. Whereas he did not stop. He felt very much angry. You are seeing that picture. So when this particular thing happened, he became so much angry and he started crying. And when the boy gets some agony, what he will do? Because he will either go to father. If father denies, then he goes to mother. That is the situation. So Dhruva started crying and he rushed towards mother, Suniti. When he went to mother, and before the boy reached mother, already information reached mother. So she did not even require to know what actually happened. Already the other servant, they all informed, oh, your son has been insulted by your husband and also your the other co-wife. So it's a very, very difficult situation. Then she understood the whole problem. And when the boy came crying, she said only one thing first. She said one thing first that we have to remember all. She said first, don't think any bad for others. Because immediately when we get hurt, immediately when you get insulted, immediately when you get injured, we think about bad for others. The person who has done some injury, who has insulted, we think that let this fellow also face the same problem or more than me. Something like that. We immediately, that is tendency of guna. Because of the guna, we think that let the same thing happen to him or even more than this. We think like that. So first, the Suniti has warned, let you don't think about any bad for anybody. Either your stepmother or your brother or father or anybody. Don't think that. The first she has means as a responsible mother, she has given this wonderful message. So we should remember that basically she has given envy, hatred and anger. These are three very, very bad, very, very powerful bad things. Envy, number one. Number two is hatred. And third is angry. Now, this Dhruva is now infested with angry. So because of that, he would develop enviousness. And because he will having enviousness about his stepbrother. Oh, he is able to sit, but I am not able to sit. So he becomes envious. Then because the stepmother has insulted, he would develop hatred towards her. So and because anyway he is angry. So the enviousness, hatred, and the angry. These three are the actual stumbling blocks in our progress. Suppose if you want to achieve something, the moment you should ensure that in your path, in your heart, there is no enviousness, there is no hatred, and there is no anger. The moment these three are removed, your path is clear. The moment you try to put even some iota of these things, your path is getting blocked somewhere. So you have to create this, your path is completely free from this enviousness, hatred and anger. And if you want to make, this is a path becomes clear. This is number one. If the on the path, if you want to get accelerated progress, then you should have gratitude. You should have gratitude towards elders, those who have helped, those who are helping. So the path clearance is by removing enviousness, hatred and anger and accelerated move come by your gratefulness, gratitude towards the elders. Everybody has helped. Everybody is helping. So you should develop the gratitude in that way and the devotion to Krishna. This makes, and Vedic support, this makes your path very, very progressive with no hurdles. No hurdles. Sometimes somebody may say that, okay, I am in the devotional path, I have so many hurdles. Okay, you are, by taking devotional path, you have accelerated running, but you have enviousness, you have hatred, you have anger. So automatically your path is infested with so many thorns and also obstacles. So you should ensure that negativities are removed and positive thinking is brought. So, and she said that I am in a position that I am not, your father even doesn't consider me as a servant. Forget about me considering my wife. So I cannot solve your problem. I cannot remove your tears. So if you want something, some solace, you have only one path, that is the Supreme Lord Krishna can solve your problem. That's it. Then he said, okay, where I can find him? He is there in the forest. Please go to forest. That's it. She has mentioned. Then he started, then he immediately left the palace and started moving. Yes. So when he went out, when actually he was insulted, he got one strong desire. He got a strong desire, some sort of determination, some sankalpa. Some sankalpa has come into his consciousness. Say, desire comes in the mind, whereas sankalpa gets into the intelligence plane. And when it is much more stronger, it goes into the consciousness plane. So remember, a fundamental point from the Bhagavad Gita, desires will be constantly coming into your mind, but those desires will never get fulfilled. Never get fulfilled. You might say, oh, I'm asking so many things, I'm desiring so many things, but they don't get fulfilled because they have been limited. They have been limited to the mental plane. But when the desire gets converted into a sankalpa, determination, that is the activity of intelligence. The moment you go to intelligence level as a sankalpa, it starts fructifying, and you will find all your desires, which are not at the time no more called desires, they are called goals. Goals gets manifested. But if you want the goals to get manifested much quicker way, you have to move to the consciousness level. Who can take you to consciousness level? Only Bhaktivedanta College of Vedic Education can take you to the consciousness level, because they only know about consciousness. They only can teach you about consciousness. Remaining people, even there may be so many trainers or some motivational speakers, they will take you up to the intelligence level, sankalpa. But simply by sankalpa also you cannot achieve. So you have to move to the consciousness level where it gets strong. So here when the Dhruva, I think we are moving very slowly, so probably today is only one story. So no problem, but as I mentioned in the beginning itself, if you have any doubts, you please send your messages, because it's going to be very, very inspiring, very, very directional, life-transforming story. Please remember this. So when Dhruva, when he was denied to sit on the father's lap, he got a determination. Oh, what is this? I am no more interested in father sitting on father's lap. Now I will sit in a position which is higher than father, grandfather and great-grandfather. I will sit much, much above them. Forget about sitting on my stepmother said that I cannot sit on the throne of my father. No, I don't want to sit there. I want to sit in a position which is higher than my father, not only father, grandfather, not only grandfather, great-grandfather. I will sit that position. That type of determination he got. So we don't know at what time something strikes in your heart. And you should really take it to the consciousness level, and we should preserve it as a big diamond, it's a big gem. It has come to your consciousness. So when he was so much determined, when he was going, when he started, he just came across a great personality known as Narada Muni. You are seeing that a very nice picture here. So that when the boy was moving, he saw Narada Muni came in front of him. Narada Muni asked, "Hey, my dear boy, where are you going? Dhruva, where are you going?" Because he knows they are very well connected. "Oh, Dhruva, where are you going?" "I came to that you are going to forest." "Hey, what is this? You are just only 5 years old, boy. Somebody may say something, just forget. You are a childish boy. You are just play. This time to play, time to eat, and time to forget." And even there are so many people go to forest to see God, but they never, even after maturity also they are not able to see God. Where is the question of you going? And this type of thing, within 2-3 hours you will become normal, and again you start playing with your brother. Don't do that one. But Dhruva by then already got determined. His determination got into the consciousness level. And his desire has become already burning desire. There's a difference between desire and burning desire. So just I give example. Suppose if you take some rice and pulses and put it in water, they get soaked. But the soaked rice, can you eat? Soaked dal, can you eat? No. It has to be put onto the flame. When you put it on the flame, they get cooked. When they get cooked, you'll be able to nicely eat the khichdi. So this is basic. So your desire has to get converted into a burning desire. When you convert into burning desire, then the story begins. This is the knowledge comes from Vedic knowledge, and how to really convert the desire into burning desire only comes from Vedic information, Vedic knowledge. So here the Dhruva is already into the context of the burning desire. He said to Narada Muni, "My dear sir, if you have any method, if you have any process, so that I can achieve my goal. I have now one goal. I want to achieve a place which nobody achieved so far in the 3 worlds. Top world, middle world or bottom world, nobody. I want to achieve such a position which nobody so far in the 3 worlds achieved that. I want to achieve that. If you have any method, please tell me. If you don't have that method, please, I am sorry, I cannot further speak. I am going to my." Then Narada Muni become very, very, this boy is really convinced, because he is from a Kshatriya, so he has the Kshatriya spirit. So it's very nice. No problem, and now I understood. Then I'll give you a process. Now I know the process. I am going to give you a process. For this process, first of all, you should have the God's vision. You should see God. So for that means you should see God. Then only who can give you such a position which is so far nobody has achieved in the 3 worlds. An ordinary man cannot give you. Only God can give you. So I advise you that you go to Vrindavan. Especially Vrindavan, Madhuban, you go there. Though because Krishna is there. So Krishna is the master of all mystics and Sarva Lokeshwareshwara, Yogeshwareshwara. So he is a master of mystics and he is a Suhridam Sarabhutanam Gnatmamam Shantarmuchati. So you go there, especially in Vrindavan, the Madhuban is there. You go to Madhuban and go there and on the banks of Yamuna you chant. I'll give you a mantra. That mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's it. This mantra you just keep chanting and lead a austere life on the banks of Yamuna, and your desire will be fulfilled. The Lord will appear. No problem. So from this incidents, we can understand one fundamental underlying principle. What is that? When you are, for example, a particular thing, you don't know how to achieve it. People try to work out the plan to achieve things. Whatever intelligence they have tried to put it to achieve it, they will never be able to come out with good ideas. Even if they come out with some ideas, they fail after some time. Why? The problem is somewhere else. That we have to understand. So from this story of Dhruva, we can understand a fundamental point that don't try to find out the path to achieve things. You should be clear what you want to achieve first. That is important. Actually, there is one of the 7 habits of most successful people. They begin with end in the beginning. This is one of the habits of successful people. Now, what is that is? Dhruva's end, he is beginning with end in the beginning. What is that? That I want to achieve a place that so far nobody achieved in this world, 3 worlds. I want that should be higher than my father, grandfather, great-grandfather. Great-grandfather, who is that? He is Brahmadeva. Above him I want. Very clear. Don't worry about, how it is possible? Higher than Brahma, how it is possible? Should I try this? Should I try this? No, that is not the path. Path is what you want. Be clear. And be determined on that. Be resolute on that. Come what may, I want that. When you are really mature in that resolution, resolute nature, then you start. That is called Ichha Shakti. That's called Ichha. Means you have a desire, that a desire should be converted into energy. That is called Ichha Shakti. When the Ichha Shakti is there, then the Jnana Shakti will come. The persons who are intelligent, they will come to you to teach how to do that. Whereas if you try to find out yourself, nobody will come to you. The process, you just imagine, he is determined and Narada Muni came. Otherwise, he was not knowing where to go, what to do. He doesn't know anything, but he has only strong determination what he wants. This is a principle, underlying principle we have to understand. Then he said that you go to Madhuban. Then he has given entire process. Go to Madhuban, chant this mantra, take the bath, all the process, the entire jnana, that is jnana shakti he has given. And after giving this, wonderful this one, then the boy went ahead, and the Narada Muni went to the royal palace. So, and he went and met the father. He went and met the father, saying that when the boy left from home, when the boy left from home, the father became very morose. Oh my God, what a big mistake I did. I did just behaved like a very, very cruel father. I behaved like a very, very cruel father. This is not correct. The boy just came to sit on my lap, and I out of ignorance, I just denied him. And now he left for forest. Oh, in the forest, 5 years old boy. Many, there are cruel animals are there. Ferocious animals are there. They will just eat him up within 2 minutes. How much a great mistakes I did. He was crying that. At that time, Narada Muni went and told, my dear Uttanapada, don't worry. Dhruva is a great boy. He is already protected by Vishnu. And he is going to bring so many glories to you. And he is going to have darshan of Krishna. He is going to really make your name famous all over the world. And he is going to become very popular all over the world forever. And he is going to achieve the highest thing which nobody really even dreamt of achieving it. That is the situation. In that way, he went and pacified the father. And meanwhile, Dhruva, the young boy, just imagine yourself, a 5 years boy, just going to a thick jungle without idea where to go, what to eat, how to live. Because it is not only daytime, nighttime will come, it will be darkness, you can't see anything, and there is no place to sleep, there is no place to sit. All these things, just imagine how much dangerous it is. It is not that food is ready, available. Oh, mom, please give me the noodles. Nobody is going to give like that. He has to just go. If he is hungry, he has to go and eat. He doesn't know, because so far he has been living very nicely in a palatial building. Mother is feeding, there are servants to feed. Now he doesn't know. Even the fruits are there, he has to climb the tree to get. Just imagine. But he was very, very particular about it. And he started austerity. What austerity? First he said, he went first of all because his master told him that fasting is very important, fasting. So he told, you go to Madhuban, take bath, do fasting, and then you start worshipping Lord Krishna. So he went to Yamuna river, he took bath, and he did fast. For how many days? He did fast for 3 days. So in 3 days, after 3 days, he ate some small fruits, small berries he ate. Not that per day, 3 times, no. 1 time in 3 days. Big difference. We talk about, are you eating 3 times? No, we generally eat 4 times. Okay. So, not in 3 times. He said once in 3 days. He started his frequency once in 3 days. So once in 3 days, what? The fruits which fallen down, which are the berries which fell down, he started eating that. And he continued chanting, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yes, that's it. Like that continued for 1 month. God did not appear. God did not appear. Oh my God, God is so cruel. This boy is just 5 years old. He's not eating for 3 days. And he just eating once in 3 days small, 1 time. And God is so cruel. You may think, but Dhruva, he did not think like that. Oh, it seems my efforts are not sufficient. Then he increased frequency. Okay, let me eat once in 6 days. So this is called, Bhagavad Gita comes, Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalhetur bho mate sangostva karmani. You have all the right. You have all the right to perform work, but you have no right on the result. So what does it mean? I have performed with some seriousness, result has not come. So I should not be worried about. I increased my seriousness, doesn't come. I'll increase my further seriousness. So the non-result is actually helping you to increase your. So ultimately you will get result. That's why Krishna says that you have the right only on the doing work, not on the result. So Dhruva increased his frequency. He said, okay, let me eat only once in 6 days. So this time, okay, I'll not eat fruits because fruits are very tasty, berries are very tasty. Let me eat only dry leaves. Dry leaves and maybe some grass. So he was eating only dry leaves and grass and for once in 6 days and continued for another month. God did not appear. So, whereas Dhruva did not get dejected. They said, okay, let me increase my frequency. Let me increase my austerity level. Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Then he increased to 9 days. Once in 9 days. Once in 9 days. So he did, okay, I'll stop my solid food. So I will not eat even dry leaves also. I will not even grass also. I will drink only water. So he took an austerity of only drinking water once in 9 days. And they continued, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He's continuing. Just drinking water. 3rd month passed. God did not appear. God did not appear. Oh, God is so cruel. God is so cruel. No. God wants to give you the topmost which never people even dreamt of achieving it. Nothing comes free. Nothing comes easy. That's why God wants to make him the best. Otherwise somebody may come, oh, God is too much cheap. Just you do something, he will give. No. He doesn't want to give that opportunity for you to say whatever you want. So he may say that, you see, Dhruva did such a wonderful thing, that's why I given. Can you do it? You do it, I'll give you. Oh, no, that is not possible for me, he may say. So he tested him and Dhruva was keen to really do it. Then he continued once in 9 days drinking water. Continued. So God did not appear. God did not appear. Okay, then Dhruva okay, let me eat once in 12 days. Means he started once in 12 days. What is that? No more water, only breathing. He started eating only air once in 12 days. Means once in 12 days he used to breathe and that's it. Eating the air, that's it. Once in 12 days. Happened. 4th month, 12 days. God did not appear. Then 5th month, finally happened. Then Dhruva finally said, I will not even breathe. I will not even breathe. I will not even sit. I will stand. I will not even stand on 2 legs. I will stand only on 1 leg. That's it. I will stand on 1 leg. I will not breathe. That is my determination. Dhruva, did you hear any time such a wonderful, great austerity? No. That is the real one. So in this world, if anybody wants to achieve anything, any damn thing, if you want to become billionaire, if you want to become prime minister, or if you want to become anything, if you want to go to the moon, if you want to go to Mars, anything, 2 things required. One is you have a strong sankalpa, strong goal that to want to achieve that, number 1. Number 2 is austerity. You should have energy to achieve it. If you have that energy, where from it comes? It comes from tapasya. If you do tapasya and if you have a goal, and you will achieve it. That's it. Very simple in the world. If you are not getting anything, whatever you wanted, means either you are missing the goal or you are missing the tapasya. That's it. If you have tapasya, if you have goal, you are bound to get whatever you want. This is the nature, this is the working principle of this world. Very simple. This is Vedic knowledge. This is Vedic knowledge. So if things are going wrong in life, just get into basic point that be clear what you want and get into tapasya. That's it, you will get it. The thing which you have not achieved for last 30 years will happen in just 30 days. No problem. So you should be having the process and the method. And because the world is designed in this way. Then when Dhruva was standing on 1 leg, because he was standing on 1 leg, and for the balance purpose, what he did is he pushed his toe onto the earth, so that he will having a balance. So he has pushed his toe of 1 leg onto the earth, so that he have a balance. When he has pushed like that, the whole world started trembling. Just like if you take on a boat, suppose there's a big boat is there, we are crossing from one side to other side on the Ganges. There are so many people sitting in that. Generally people are very comfortable, they will sit down, they will not move. The ferry goes very nicely. Suddenly you are taken that onto that ferry, one person took a elephant, a mahout. Oh sir, I wanted to travel that side, can you get onto this ferry? Oh, no problem, come on to the ferry, no problem. Now the ferry onto that, the elephant has come. So can you make elephant to like a statue? No. The elephant will sometimes put this leg this side, that the moment it moves, the whole ferry starts moving. Like that, when Dhruva was pushing his toe onto earth, the whole world trembling. And when he stopped, and also he stopped breathing. When he stopped breathing, entire universe got suffocated. All demigods rushed, all Devi Devatas rushed to Supreme Lord Vishnu and said, oh my gods, my dear Lord, everything, we are not able to breathe. Everything is getting like a tottering. What should we do? Then the Lord said, don't worry, it is because of my devotee who is doing austere tapasya. Don't worry, now time has come, I am going there. And he has convinced and given this point, and Supreme Lord immediately went there to the place, Madhuban. Krishna went there, and meanwhile Dhruva was meditating and chanting the mantra, and suddenly whatever the form of Krishna he was meditating suddenly disappeared from the heart. Oh, he said, okay, what is that? I've been continuously seeing the form of Krishna in my heart. Suddenly he disappeared. Out of anxiety, he opened the eyes. When he opened eyes, he saw Krishna in front of him. Just that is called Bhagavad Darshan. Having the Lord's vision, the Lord has become pleased, and he was in front of him. And the Dhruva Maharaj immediately, he just jumped onto the lotus feet of the Lord, and like a dandavat, just like a stick, he fell at the feet of the Lord and he touched, and he started even kissing the feet, the lotus feet of the Lord, Supreme Lord. Just imagine how much love. He was so much transformed, so much happy, unexplicable happiness. And after that, he just got up and he wanted to really glorify him. He wanted to glorify him, but he's a very small boy. He was just a small boy. Then the Lord understood, this boy wanted to glorify me. He understood that this boy wanted to glorify me. It's a very, very interesting. Then, because he was told only one point, you simply go and chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. So for last 6 months he is doing Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. He doesn't know more than that, any mantra. He doesn't know any chanting. He doesn't know any prayers, nothing. But he wanted to. Somehow he felt that, Lord is looking so beautiful and he has shown mercy. So let me glorify him. He was thinking, but he has not a single word is coming from his mouth. When the Supreme Lord understood, he simply touched his conch shell. He touched the forehead of the Dhruva with his conch shell. Just touched. The moment he touched the forehead with conch shell, the great prayers came from the mouth of Dhruva Maharaj. Actually, there are 12 prayers which I wanted to read out. Dhruva uvacha yonta pravishcha mama vacha mimam prasuptam sanjeeva jatyakila shakti dharasvadhamna anyam cha hasta charana shravanatvagadin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. He said, my dear Lord, you are all powerful. After entering within me, you have enlivened my sleeping senses. Because you are there in my heart, but now you have mercifully entered in my heart. And by simply entering into my heart, you have enlivened all my senses. What are those senses? My hands, my legs, my ears, my touch sensation, life force, especially my power of speech. Especially my power of speech. Now let me offer my respectful obeisances to you. Means, my dear Lord, you have blessed me, you have entered and you have enlivened. That is, Sanjeeva Yachakila Shakti Dharasvadhamna Sanjeevati. Yonta Pravishya Mamavacha Mimam Prasuptam. Means all the energies, all the power, everything is in me, but they are in the sleeping condition. They are in sleeping condition. Because of that, I am not able to perform. So when the Lord entered, he is enlivening all the senses. He is enlivening all the energy which is originally coming from the soul and from the consciousness. And especially you have enlivened my speech, my power of speech. That's why I am able to speak. Like that, he offered 12 wonderful slokas. These are very, very powerful. And we teach these slokas here in the Bhaktivedanta College of Vedic Education. I would like to give a very, very important, at this point of time, the power of Vedic knowledge, the power of Vedic chant. There is a school in Tirupati, by name MMBG. The school, actually this is a, whatever I'm showing you, it is a paper cutting, and this is called MMBG school. What is MMBG? Because the name is very big, that's why they have put a short form, MMBG. Make My Baby Genius. School name is Make My Baby Genius, MMBG. So that school's open challenge is that if you have any student, if you have any son or daughter who have been rejected by any school, that, this boy, this girl cannot be taught. He cannot read, he cannot study, is beyond anybody's capacity to. Please bring such candidates to our school. It is our responsibility to make them genius. Simple. Is my or open challenge. It is not one-to-one word. They print pamphlets. They print pamphlets to put banners everywhere in Tirupati. I happened to meet that principal, and that principal, not principal, the founder, and in that school, of course, it is a high school from the kindergarten to up to 10th class, and even in the kindergarten or the even nursery also, children are made to by heart Bhagavad Gita at least 3 chapters. So minimum they know 3 chapters by heart from small child onwards. By 10th, they will know all the 18 chapters, slokas by heart, full. That is their preparation. And wherever they go for competition, they are the winners. In any, throughout state, wherever they go, they are all the students are the winners. They get Bhagavad Gita prize. So the beauty of that is, as I mentioned, many times it has come in the newspaper about them. And there is the, as I mentioned, Yonta Praveshta Mama Vacham Imam Prasuptam. All the capabilities, they are there within us, because we are actually soul. The soul energy is there, but everything is sleeping. Prasuptam. When the Lord enters, He will awaken. He will enliven that our capacities. And by then we can do it. Wonderful things. So here, especially this MMBG school, they have done a lot of experiments with these 12 slokas, which is especially meant for, as Dhruva Maharaj is saying, that especially you have enlivened my power of speech. So they have done a lot of experiments, and they are doing research also with some foreign institutes, that how these 12 verses, when they are spoken to the some children, they have syndromes, they cannot speak out. They don't have full concentration. They will be always very fickle-minded. They cannot concentrate. They cannot speak out. Such people, when constantly make them to hear these 12 slokas and also Bhagavad Gita slokas, by some means, they understood that they are able to slowly enliven. They are to enliven their power of speech. It's coming out. This is a great research. They are doing it. And many foreign, there are 1 or 2 foreign institutes. They are working with this person from MMBG school, so that the Vedic chant, how it is really making the enliven, and especially this 12, because the 5 years boy who want to glorify the God, a big poet can do that, but how a 5 years old boy can do it? Only when the Lord mercifully touched his forehead with his conch shell, he could do that. So this, if you all interested, sometime we can make this chant of these mantras, 12 slokas from the Bhaktivedanta College of Vedic Education available, so that you can make use of it. And if you have any such cases where the child is not able to read, child is having some syndrome that he cannot read out, he cannot concentrate. There are some syndromes, I don't know the exact name, that which makes the parents very much disturbed, but because they cannot grow up. So for such people, what is the solution? Solution is Vedic chant. Actually, this MMBG school founder, he got his personal experience. Based on that only, actually, he was not in the educational field. He was in some chemical engineer or some civil engineer. But he entered into this education on some incidents of Bhagavad Gita. What happened is, he made his son to join in one school, especially that happened to be ISKCON school only. He went to that school thinking that, okay, so he went to that school, but he did not show any interest for reading, writing, or education. Like that, he almost spent 2 years and nothing is moving. Then he made his son to stop going to school. So he started sitting at home only. But at that time, one incident happened. What is that incident is, he has one elder daughter, another elder son. So they were having interest for Bhagavad Gita. So then he requested ISKCON Tirupati devotees to come and teach Bhagavad Gita everyday basis for 1 hour. So one devotee used to come to his home and make this elder son and elder daughter to recite recitation. In this way, when the devotee was teaching the elder son and elder daughter, that chant used to go almost for 1 hour every day. So the naughty boy, which was very, very young, he was in the beginning days he did not bother, but later when the chant was going regularly loud, then he stopped anything and he came and started sitting down. And slowly, just hearing only, he doesn't know anything. He became such an intelligent person. Now he is a super student. He is very, very genius. Then this MMBG, the father knows, oh, this is the power of chant. So why can't he do more research on this? And why can't he really implement it in the form of a school? Then he started with a small school, and now it has become a big high school. And there are so many hundreds of students, and each and every student should be knowing the by heart. By heart is Bhagavad Gita slokas, and those who are elders, he make them to chant especially the 12 slokas by Dhruva Maharaj. In this way, this MMBG school is very, very famous, and these are nothing but from this wonderful story. So the Lord appeared to Dhruva Maharaj, the young boy, and he said, my dear Dhruv, whatever you wanted, I am going to give you. It's already sanctioned to you. It's already sanctioned to you. Now you will live on this earth for 36,000 years. And you will rule so wonderfully. The age factor will never affect you. You will never become old. Your senses will be always strong. And you will nicely rule the whole world. And as far as once your father he retires, you are going to become the king for the entire universe. And your brother, young brother, Uttama is there, he will be killed by some yaksha. And when he gets killed in the future, in the forest, your stepmother, Suruchi, also will go searching, crying for him, and she will also die in the forest fire there. It is going to happen. So the Supreme Lord has given entire story and what is going to future happen. In this way, the young Dhruva, not younger, Dhruva, the wonder boy, really saw with his great determination about achieving the thing, and got a complete direction from a great personality like Naradeva, and did tapasya, and so much tapasya that nobody even could imagine. And finally, he got the Lord's blessings, and because of this, he has the Supreme Lord has given a planet is called Pole Star. Pole Star is Dhruva Nakshatra. And that is such a strong and powerful that even when these 14 worlds get destroyed, that pole star remains intact. And all the solar system, they make circumambulation of that. It is so powerful. And the Supreme Lord said to Dhruva that it is very, very difficult. It is just impossible to get such type of desire, that type of boon. But so far nobody asked. That's why I have not given. But you have asked, and with all determination you have asked that one, and you did austerity. That's why I have given you. So you will be glorious, and you will be always glorified. In that way, the Lord blessed him, and the boy Dhruva, and then he returned back to his home. So today we could not cover second story. So next Sunday we'll have, after reaching home, Dhruva, what he did. As a young boy, he did wonders. Now, as a wonderful king, what he did, that we'll hear the story next week, Sunday. That is Dhruva, the wonderful king. That is going to be starting. And if you have any questions, and I'm ready to, if you have already posted, if you have any questions about the story or the way to get determination, what is by tapasya, you can really get connected to us. Now you can post it, I can tell you. Or if it is not there, maybe you can think next Sunday or anytime you can put it, I can answer your question. There is a question by... Yes. Okay. There is a question by one of the participants within this library. How did Dhruva react to the boons told by Lord Krishna? As a devotee, he said actually he was aspiring for the topmost position, but when the Lord himself appeared who can give any boon, he did not very much enthused to get those boons. Because it so happens that sometimes you may do great austerity to get a boon, but once you are successful, you may not be so much keen on enjoying those boons. This is the nature of that, because that is the power of the Supreme Lord who has appeared. Because getting the darshan of the Supreme Lord itself is the biggest boon. In that way, he did not much wow, like that, he did not say anything. But the thing is, the determination that you have taken, the Lord sees that you will enjoy that. Though he was not willing to take it, the finally Lord said that no, nothing doing. You will live for 36,000 years. You will rule the country. Your position, whatever the pole star, is going to be permanent. You will be glorious. You will be remembered permanently. In this way, he has mentioned. Thank you very much for the patient hearing. And these things are available all the time. So even if you are not able to see now, you can see anytime, any place in the future also. Because these are Vedic stories. There is no expiry date. There is no expiry date for the Vedic stories. So they can be enlivening any point of time. Any point of time, at any age of life. So they will be giving a big energy boost for all of you and all of us. So we are thankful to all of you, and we are paying our obeisances to Saraswati Mata, because she is the goddess of learning. She gives us intelligence. She gives intelligence to become successful in all our endeavors. And thank you very much. All the best. Shubhamastu. Vijayostu.